So thank you for having me, and that was a very loaded question, but I suppose to answer that, I think I manage my time probably like everyone else sitting here in the audience today. I think we all wear many hats and we juggle different things as part of our jobs and as part of our lives. So I think that's what I do too. My mom's sitting here actually, so she might be the one to answer that question better because she sees me navigate that on a daily basis.
A major part of time goes in a day to what? Which one?
Like you said, I work with my father. We run an
Nice.
agri machinery company called Escorts Kubota Limited, and that's where I spend majority of my time. I think the agriculture sector is always one that's really fascinated me. I think it's one of the largest we have in our economy today, one that has the most potential for growth. And I think being in the manufacturing industry in general is a very exciting place to be, especially looking at where India is today. So I think that for me is where most of my time goes. And I think looking at the future of farming is something that is really exciting to me as a young entrepreneur. I think for any investor sitting out here, I would really, promote that in a very positive way. I think there's so much we can do.
And I believe you have built a tractor once.
Assemble,
Maybe you
yeah.
would like to share that story with audience here.
Well, yeah, so I mean, I've been working now for 3.5 years with my father, but I think one of the first things that I had to do as part of my induction process was learn how to assemble a tractor, which of course is not as easy as it looks, but I think technology aids that in many ways. So yeah, that was an exciting first week.
Right. And now talking about your project, Navil, you have 4 segments there. We would like to talk about all 4 one by one.
Yeah, so Project Naveli is a non-profit that I founded 4 years ago during the lockdown. We have 4 different verticals that we work on. And I think this is one of the hats that I enjoy wearing the most. I think the development sector to me is also one where I think we do need a lot of investment and a lot of support, especially when looking at initiatives that are focused towards women. The 4 verticals we have focus on areas that we thought required the most, innovation, disruption, and solutions when it comes to social impact. So education, entrepreneurship, legal awareness, and healthcare. So these are the 4 verticals that.
And
we
if
have.
you'd like to name them so that people will have that recall value with that.
So the education project we have is called Nimaya. It's one of the most exciting ones that I think we work towards, and the whole concept behind Nimaya is really to fight against AI taking over employability. I think unemployment is something we've seen really rise amongst the youth in India, and I think one of the leading causes of that is technology and AI, seeing replacing a lot of human jobs. So what we do at Nimaya is enhance human intelligence for the 21st century workplace and see how we can ensure that technology does not replace human jobs. So that's something that we really work towards, and this initiative is specifically focused towards women who I think are playing an increasing role in the Indian economy. And I really do think a lot of the soft skills that we look at and that we admire and actually emphasize on in job roles today are things that women naturally have. And I think it's about applying that in the workplace. So that's what we do at Nimaya.
Okay. And Nyari and the legal awareness
Yeah,
thing is
so-
very interesting.
So, Entreprenari is our community for women entrepreneurs where we basically give women access to business resources. So, a lot of these women are solopreneurs. So, women who started their own businesses at home and are maybe looking for funding or support in other ways, whether it's through marketing or legal services. So, we create a pool of resources and we give them access to that free of cost completely. And also try to build an ecosystem at the same time around other women entrepreneurs who run smaller brands and smaller businesses. So that's what Entreprenari does. And Nyairi is our legal awareness platform where we offer free pro bono legal services to women. A lot of this also began in COVID where we saw a huge rise in domestic violence cases. And one of the biggest barriers towards seeking justice for women was, financial aid because it was very costly. I think legal services, I'm sure, as everyone knows, is a very expensive process. So we've kind of removed that barrier. Our services are completely free of cost in the hopes that more women do, follow that legal route towards getting the justice that they deserve.
All right. And the last one.
The healthcare project is focused around menstruation and democratizing access to menstrual products, which was also something we saw, happen during COVID, where there was a lack of access to menstrual products, especially in more remote and rural areas because of the lockdown. So we focused around, ensuring that we could get some of these products out to more rural parts of India.
All right. And how do you reach out to women? How do they know about that there is these 4 services are going on and they can seek support? So how do they know? How do you reach out to them?
So we work very closely with a lot of colleges, a lot of government schools or government colleges. We also work very closely with corporates, and for any corporates sitting here today, we'd love to kind of partner with you, especially focusing on your female employees. So we do work with a lot of corporates, even for our CSR. That's one of our biggest sources of funding for the foundation, and we look at how we can tie up with different corporates, different schools, and of course we also have our websites and things that are live, so you can always research about what we do and sign up over there. But I think one of our biggest ways of creating that awareness so far has been through partnerships with corporates and colleges.
Correct. And now, young audience, people of your age, students, young professionals, they want to move abroad. You have studied abroad and you decided to come back to India, and also thinking about these 4 projects that you do. So, how did you think about it? How did you land on these 4 projects? And also the decision to be in India, work here in India. So, why that? And why should young professionals and students should supposed to be in India and not move out? Something on that?
I don't think I need to sit here and tell people why they should be in India. I think everyone sitting in this room today knows why this is the best time to be in India. I think especially as a young entrepreneur, as a young person, I think the opportunities are growing every day. The potential is incredible. We've seen that in the last couple of years, the journey that this country has had. I think whether it's in terms of investment or education, I think we're leading on that front, and extremely grateful that I get to do my MBA in India at an institution like IIM Ahmedabad that has so much respect and so much credibility and gravitas. And I think it's also more than just the institution itself. I think it's the cohort, it's the group of students that I get to study with. I think that is actually the most exciting part of this entire process. I've had the privilege of meeting some incredibly intelligent and great minds that I hope will continue helping me in my future ahead and in my career. So I think that kind of talent and that kind of mind you can only find in India.
Correct. And with your project, any impact story that you would like to share with audience? Any anecdote, some a major impact that you left on women? Any story that you would like to share?
We've just begun our journey, of course. We have a long, long way to go. But I think something we're very proud of is the entrepreneurship community. We have around 25,000 women now who are a part of this community, and many of them are actually women who, maybe left the workforce, found it difficult to rejoin, but then decided to become entrepreneurs. So I think it makes us happy to support that dream and support that ambition. So that number for us is really special, 25,000. We want to get to 1 lakh women in the next 2 years. That is our target, that's our goal. So I think that we're working hard towards that in ensuring that we can invest in women, we can invest in women-led businesses. So I think that's something that we have created as a goal and a target for ourselves in the next 2 years.
That is amazing. And now maybe just to make it interactive, anyone from audience would like to ask something right now? So far, whatever we have discussed, any related questions? Yes, I see a hand there.